Hey, Dr. Karen Can here, and welcome to another edition of the Spiritual Medicine Digest. And today is a special week, the week of Valentine's Day, which is my birthday. So I want to wish you all lots of love, and I hope you spent your Valentine's taking care of yourself and being good to yourself. And if you have a partner or loved ones near you, that you can share more love with them as well. So it's all about love, right? Well, the last little week or so, what I've been noticing is that for us star seeds, those that used to be light being star seeds that are now in a human body, we definitely have certain challenges related to our abilities of those particular star seed souls to fully integrate, ground, evolve, ascension energies. And so I know for me, sometimes it's a little bit difficult because I love my figure skating, and at the same time my joints feel a little flared up, and we can no matter what somebody is going through, we can have a so-called positive attitude or defeatist attitude. So the best attitude, this is an abundance challenge for all of you with symptoms or pain, things like that, is instead of going into the automatic, oh poor me, not again, yada yada, we can go, oh, okay, well, here's the symptom again. So what is it trying to tell me? Is there a message? Am I supposed to learn something? I know it's for the highest, greatest good, so I'm going to figure out what it is. That's for my highest good. So, and that's not the first thing that pops into someone's mind, right? When they're in pain, you're like, oh, this is bad. So same thing with cancer. How many times do we hear about somebody having cancer and our immediate reaction is, oh, that's bad. Right? Our immediate reaction is, oh, how you poor thing, or how terrible, this is a terrible disease, or things like that. But what if cancer was just, a messenger? So the wonderful news, I mean, it sounds funny to say this, but the wonderful news is that my a family member very close to me, it looks like he has cancer, and at the same time miraculously is saying he's very open to so-called natural therapies, or what I have to suggest. So I was like so thrilled. I never thought in a million years that I would have that opportunity. So how amazing is that? I got to give Amy Jo Ellis a thumbs up for her full court of atonement. If you haven't listened to that radio show on Blog Talk Radio, you can definitely check it out, because I put my whole family, friends, everybody in that full court of atonement, and miraculously some family members are like now really open to hearing what I have to say about spiritual healing, emotional healing, which is amazing. It's miraculous. It's such a gift. That being said, there are definitely people leaving the earth as well in droves, it seems, at times. Two of my in-laws recently died. So yeah, I mean, it's difficult. We miss our loved ones, and at the same time we just have to understand that there's a whole process, there's a whole reason behind it. It isn't for naught. It doesn't have to be blame, doesn't have to be negativity. So when I have my little flare-ups in my knees, or I don't skate well one day, and that's usually my gauge of how I'm doing as far as self-care, I go, oh, that's interesting. Okay, so is there something I'm supposed to know? And so that's where some of the starseed light being stuff came up, is my questioning source about what's going on, what is it I have to learn. So thanks to one of our VIP members, Lloyd, he mentioned to our VIP group that there are like these mechanisms for recreating symptoms. And I didn't use the word mechanism before. I thought, well, that's a great word, mechanisms, and I got from source that it's similar to working blueprints. So if you have these mechanisms of recreating symptoms for yourself, do you really need them anymore? Some people do need them, but if you don't need them anymore, then ask your guide team or ask source to erase and delete them. Now it's interesting, because I think I had 2 or 3, I can't remember, and I deleted them, but one came back, and I was like, what's that about? And source is like, well, there's something else we need you to figure out. So I was like, okay. So that was really interesting. And what if you didn't need them? What if you could just erase those things, those mechanisms, those blueprints to recreate symptoms? So can't hurt to try, right? And as far as my little journey on, I talked last time about the non-human, or Lemurian in my case, blueprint versus the human physical body blueprint. Well, I can't tell you I've miraculously, lost 20 pounds in a week. That hasn't happened. Today, I actually kind of feel kind of poofy in the upper part of my body. The lower part of me actually does feel a little slimmer. But these are things that we can kind of experiment with, try out. It's safe to do, and see if there's something else we need to learn about it. I know that thanks to Sydney Barrows, who's another awesome energy healer, and she is like amazingly detailed. We're talking about, you think I'm detailed. She's even more detailed and goes way, way, way down, lower down into the foundational levels. And I had her check it out, and she basically confirmed that I have to figure this out on my own. Like, I've asked other healers for help as far as the weight gain, the water gain, what's going on, and she kind of confirmed, yeah, that's your journey. Like, she can't even help me with that per se. Like, Source is not gonna let other healers help me with that problem. So it's not even a problem. It's just that I perceive that it's inconvenient. It's inconvenient because I'd have to buy new clothes. It's inconvenient because it's harder to skate in. Things like that. But we have our soul's mission, so it's all good. I know it's gonna all work out the way we love it to. And I am having so much fun, I gotta tell you, working on my programs for adult nationals. So I can't tell you all the details of it yet, because some of it's kind of like in the works, but I'm so excited about that. And it's another aspect of self-care, because I really love music. I really love connecting and expressing, and I can tell you that one of my numbers is going to be comedy, which I've never done before. I know some of you are like, yeah, you're funny, but I've never really done comedy in skating. I've done like graceful stuff, I've done kind of like spicy stuff, I've done rock and roll, I think Scooby-Doo is the closest I came to comedy, but this, I'm definitely going to be stretching myself for doing this. So I'm having tons of fun. I think that's really important for all of us to really, pick one or two things that really uplift us. And even though I'm having difficulty with my knees and it's challenging to do some of the moves, I know I'm getting better, slowly but surely. I should have like a camera up here, whatever, so you can just see exactly how hard it is for me to do this stuff. I mean, you see the finished product, these wonderful skaters in the Olympics, and you think, well, gee, they made it look easy. Yeah, they do make it look easy. It's really difficult. Like, some of that footwork, that's their easy stuff. Like, that's super, super hard for me. And I've been skating 22 years, something like that. And how about those Olympians, eh? Aren't they amazing? Some of you are like, well, maybe it's so crazy to like train like that, and maybe it's not healthy. Yeah, maybe not. But to have a dream and to start from scratch and to be literally awful at doing something and then get really, really good at something because of persistence, because of passion, because of love, that is inspiring, and that is amazing. And that's why it's like my hat's off to all of them. And those of you on my Facebook Live last week did notice that I did do one in my bed, because I did discover some very yucky energies underneath the surface of the earth, especially under the rink and in that whole area. So Light Warriors and I went ahead and cleaned that up, and I surely, and that was after my wonderful assistant told me about it. She texted me late at night. She's like, everyone's falling, and I'm like, oh no, I didn't think of clearing the arena. So it is now cleared. And yes, did I clear the half pipe before Shaun White did his last run? Yeah, I did. I'm not saying that that's because of me he did well, but I was like, wow, okay, the two people right before him kind of messed up, and there might be some negative energy left on there and some disappointment energy. So let's just clean it up, folks. Let's just clean it up. And he did do really well, so I'm really happy about that. Everybody has their journey. You have your journey. There's so much to learn, and we're in this game together, this wonderful game we call life, and I'm so pleased to have you as part of my tribe. So a couple announcements. On Monday, I have a pre-recorded interview with Dr. Patel talking about medical marijuana. Again, now this specifically, we're going to talk about sleep. So some of my Light Warrior folks have had difficulty sleeping. Maybe this is for you. She also has a how to buy CBD oil online, and online training on YouTube, which was very helpful because apparently the FDA, I think, tested a whole bunch of different brands, and very few brands on the market actually had the amount of CBD oil that they said they had in it, which is really quite sad. The one that I use is from Energy Tools International, because It's not just about the milligrams of CBD oil in it, but it's about the frequency and vibration. So those of you that are into energy medicine know this is important, right? So they've infused their CBD oil with multiple different frequencies of the best formulas that there are, because every formula is going to be different when you make it with herbs. But if you can infuse the energy of your best formulas with the herbs, how much awesomer is that? If that's a word, awesomer. Yeah, so that's the one I use. So check in, tune in Monday when we air that live, that pre-recorded interview with Dr. Patel. And we're also going to be releasing this week the Light Warrior Revolution, our February module. And thanks for all you Light Warriors who are in that Revolution program, who are voting on, what topic to do for the February month. And so, drum roll. Okay, so the topic for this month is going to be about brain fog and memory issues. So I have this whole system of how I assess it as, of course, a medical doctor and energy intuitive, healer. So I want to share with you my Topocan healing assessments on how, in detail, how you would, problem solve some brain issues. And we've had people who are literally 1 minute brain fogged and really out to lunch, and the next minute feeling sharp and awake. So energy healing can be that fast. So I want to share that with you. And if you haven't joined our Light Warrior Revolution, you can check out the program. We'll put the link below the YouTube video here so you can check it out. So every month we do a very detailed module, how I do a Topocan healing assessment using muscle testing, and then doing the healing. And then when we do our Q&A later in the month, we'll actually take folks in the Q&A that have that particular problem, and we'll do that problem solving right on the spot so you know exactly how that all works. Oh, there's Patchy. Well, I guess it's dinner time. But have a wonderful week. Lots of love to you, and I look forward to speaking with you next week. Bye for now.